Hey, it's me, Vicky Marie. Do you have coulrophobia? Do you suffer from coulrophobia or have you got any phobias? But if you suffer from coulrophobia, you're scared of clowns. And the reason that I'm doing this short video this morning is because tonight on Serial Killer Sunday, on the 15th of October 2023, the serial killer that I'm going to talk about often dressed up as a clown. How scary is that? He even committed some of his MURDERSs dressed as a clown. He went around hospitals entertaining children dressed as a clown. So that is the serial killer that we're going to look at tonight in Serial Killer Sunday. And then there's been, I think probably because it's building up to Halloween, there's been a few interesting things in the news about, there is this sort of craze where people dress up as clowns and go around terrifying people. Oh my God, I hope that never happens in my village. I mean, I don't have coulrophobia. I'm not terrified of clowns. There are other things that scare me more. But still wouldn't really like to see someone. There is something sinister about a clown, isn't there? So what we're going to look at in this video is coulrophobia, the phobia of clowns, and where scientists think it originates from. And you let me know in comments, do you have this fear? Of course, it was all made worse by It, the book by Stephen King, where the baddie is Pennywise the clown. I think that sort of made it even more prevalent. A very good film, good book. Stephen King's books are better than his films. If you've not read his books, they are fantastic books. If you like, look, I mean, you can see there's something about a clown. I think clowns are the actual thing of clowns in circuses, and because circuses, of course, are not so prevalent as they used to be. So there's probably less clowns. I mean, I'm always think of as well when I say about clowns, I don't know if you've watched Modern Family. But one of the characters in that, he likes to dress as a clown, and that's a funny clown. But yeah, so this is why we're afraid of, according to Scientific American, which is like a psychology website, this is why we're afraid of clowns. Scientists figure out the origin of our fear of clowns. So, are you scared of clowns? You are not alone. Coulrophobia, or the fear of clowns, is a widely acknowledged phenomenon. Studies indicate this fear is present amongst adults and children in many different cultures, but it's not well understood due to a lack of focused research. So, while numerous possible explanations of the phobia had been put forward in academic literature, no studies had specifically investigated its origins. So we set out to discover the reasons people are frightened by clowns and to understand the psychology behind this. We also wanted to explore how common the fear of clowns is in adults and to look at the severity of the fear to those. So they developed a fear of clowns questionnaire, and this questionnaire was completed by an international sample of 987, why I don't know that particular number, aged between 18 and 77. And we're going to look at the results. First of all, I just want to say thank you to all of you for watching, subscribing, liking. Thanks to all my members. My membership of my channel is a brilliant way you can support my channel, even more than subscribing and liking, which is quite enough. So don't worry if you can't be a member, but if you can, it's €1.99 a month. It really helps to support my channel. And also thank you to everyone who has sent supers, bought me a Ko-fi, or PayPal me. All these things help support my channel, help me continue my channel, and provide content that I hope you find is interesting. Gives me more time. The more I can build up this channel to more of an income, that more of a job, if you like. Because as you know, my other job, my bread and butter job, is teaching Spanish. But I'm always trying to build the channel and free up more time to do content on the channel. So if you want to help me to do that, you can join for €1.99 a month, and remember that is cancelable any time. So if you don't like it, or you don't see, or you have a rough month, we always have months where things come up, you can cancel it and rejoin later on. Okay, so let's have a look at the results of this questionnaire. So more than half the respondents, 53.5%, said they were scared of clowns, at least to some degree, with 5% saying they were extremely afraid of them. I have a niece who is absolutely terrified of clowns, and I think that comes from reading Stephen King books. Anyway, this percentage reporting an extreme fear of clowns is slightly higher than those reported for many other phobias, such as animals. Imagine having a phobia of animals. I mean, I can imagine a specific animal, but unless they've just lumped them all together. Anyway, phobia of blood injection injuries. Heights is one for me. I can't cope with heights. Still water, a phobia of still water, or weather events, closed spaces, and flying. Yeah, I don't like flying, but I think that goes along with the closed spaces and the heights. Flying is all those things, isn't it? Heights, closed spaces. We also found that women are more afraid of clowns than men. And the reason for this difference is not clear, but it echoes research findings on other phobias, such as the fear of snakes and spiders. We also discovered that coulrophobia decreases with age, which again matches up with research into other fears. I think that's very interesting. So notice I am terrified of flying still. I don't like it, but I just don't even think about it now. I just do it. Whereas when I was younger, I actually would not do it for a while. But it does stem from being struck by lightning once when I was in a plane on the way to Malta, and the plane nose diving. That's why I'm scared of flying, but I've sort of got over it now. Anyway, origins of this fear. Our next step was to explore the origins of people's fear of clowns. So the follow-up questionnaire was given to the 53.5% who had reported at least some degree of clown fear. This new set of questions related to 8 plausible explanations for the origins of this fear. Don't forget to let me know in comments whether you are afraid of clowns or not. So now I can see that I think this applies to me, this first one. An eerie or unsettling feeling due to clowns' makeup, making them look not quite human. And a similar response is sometimes seen with dolls or mannequins. I don't like dolls, not real life looking dolls. When I was little, I used to like Cindy and Tressie, but we couldn't afford Barbie, so we didn't have Barbie in my house. It was Cindy or Tressie. We had the cheaper version. They don't bother me, but yeah, the actual sort of dolls, like porcelain dolls and that do. So that might be why. That, to me, if anything applies to me about clowns, it would be that. Number 2, clowns' exaggerated facial features convey a direct sense of threat. 3, clown makeup hides emotional signals and creates uncertainty. That's understandable. The colour of clown makeup reminds us of death, infection, or blood injury, and evokes disgust or avoidance. Clowns' unpredictable behaviour makes us uncomfortable. I do think that's true. Whenever you go to these sort of parks and things, and there'll be someone dressed up in a fur costume and what. I mean, once when we were at Terra Natura in Benidorm, there was, well, presumably it was a guy, because you can't tell, but he was really quite Nowadays, I think I would have gone to the police for what he was doing, putting his arm around me and touching me in places he shouldn't have touched me. So I think their unpredictable behaviour does make you uncomfortable. Fear of clowns has been learned from family members, negative portrayals of clowns in popular culture. I do think a lot of it stems from the Stephen King novel. With Pennywise the clown, very good baddie that is. A frightening experience with a clown. Yeah, I suppose if you've gone off to a circus and a clown is, some children are very sensitive, aren't they? Intriguingly, we found the final explanation of actually having had a scary personal experience with a clown had the lowest level of agreement. And this indicates that life experience alone is not a sufficient explanation for why people are afraid of them. This is interesting because it goes on to say negative portrayals of clowns in popular culture was a much stronger contributing factor towards coulrophobia, such as Stephen King Pennywise, the creepy clown from Stephen King's films. And I think there's been, and this character most recently featured in 2 films in 2017, 2019. And then they say some people are afraid of Ronald McDonald, though, the fast food chain mascot, and he's not supposed to scare. So it might be fundamental about the fact that just clowns in general are scary. So it's interesting. What do you think? What do you think? Is it the makeup? I think, for me, I don't like the smile. I don't like the smile, the false smile as well. But I think it is the fact, for me, it's probably that first one that they mentioned about them looking like dolls. That this. Anyway, so if you've got an extreme fear of clowns, you have coulrophobia. So let me know if you have it, or are you just. Oh, do you love clowns, or are you just feel a little bit uncomfortable about clowns? So anyway, then I found this, which I just think is really interesting. Now, there's a lot of people all over the world, but it seems to be especially a lot in Glasgow. And I know I've got a few subscribers and members in Glasgow. And the most recent person going round pretending to be a clown and terrifying people in Glasgow, but there have been several, is this guy. Now, this is his Facebook. Cole Damos says non-following. I think I might follow him. I don't know if you can follow him or not. Works at self-employed, studied at clown school, went to Hellgate High School, lives in Skelmorley, from Hell, Michigan. Relationship, it's complicated. It would be complicated, wouldn't it? Anyway, he's been going around. He's stripped everything now off his Facebook page, except for this. I mean, he was actually in Sky News, so he's attracting the attention of the media. And the only thing, I mean, if I was right, let's have a look at this. If I was driving along the road,
the Skelmorley Clown.
If I was driving along the road and this came out in front of me, I would just have a heart attack. Just instantly. So let's have a look at his video. This is all that's left on his Facebook page.
Well, I've made the news again. Should I smile for the cameras with my hideous grin? Or maybe Pauline's right. Perhaps I've gone away. Too much heat? What a stupid thing to say. To answer your question, yes, James, they do. If you come to visit, then you'll float too. The police have been informed. Do you think that I care? They'd have to catch me first anyway. And yes, that's a dare. You called me Killer Clown. Why don't you leave the jokes to me? The only thing that's dying is your credibility. So Stan and Sarah, don't believe what you're told. This clown doesn't want fame, glory or gold. He just wants to play in this so-called sleepy town. So come and join in and learn to fear the Scale Clown.
Wow. Skelmorley, that's where it is. I don't know whereabouts in Scotland that is. But it's a good video. I mean, it's good, it's interesting, but oh yeah, you wouldn't want to see him, would you, on a dark night? But I'm going to play it again. Hang on. Go back to the beginning. What I did find was quite funny is he's got red hair, so you know straight away he's Scottish for no reason. Sorry, Chumber and David and all my DMV and all my other Scottish viewers and Jean. But he has. And also, he can't, even though he's disguised his voice, obviously, he cannot disguise his accent. It's a definite Scottish accent. So let's have another look at the Skelmorley Clown. It's quite appropriate with Halloween coming up, isn't it, though? It's, you know, it's a diversion from all the other news, I suppose.
Well, I've made the news again. Should I smile for the cameras with my hideous grin? Or maybe Pauline's right. Perhaps I've gone away. Too much heat? What a stupid thing to say. To answer your question, yes, James, they do. If you come to visit, then you'll float too. The police have been informed. Do you think that I care? They'd have to catch me first anyway. And yes, that's a dare. You called me Killer Clown. Why don't you leave the jokes to me? The only thing that's dying is your credibility. So Stan and Sarah, don't believe what you're told. This clown doesn't want fame, glory or gold. He just wants to play in this so-called sleepy town. So come and join in and learn to fear the Scale Clown.
So did that really give you the creeps, or are you not bothered about? That's not you, David, is it, by any chance? Because I just think it looked like David dressed up for the members live on a Thursday with one of his masks on. Maybe saving that for. Let's have a look at the comments. I think he swiped off all the. Oh, hang on. Everyone. Oh, God. Oh, look, people joining in. John Edward Mills says, it's all spooky and then the Scottish accent kicks in and Asmin stitches all I can hear is, but I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more. I think it's good. You know, these things are a distraction. You know, as long as he's not really a killer clown, he doesn't actually kill anyone, unlike the serial killer that I'm going to talk about tonight. Oh dear, it's the humour police, a grown person who enjoys scaring children, pretty lame and pathetic. Gosh. Oh dear, do you know what? It's a bit of it's a joke, isn't it? Pennywise with a Scottish accent. You know what? Why do people take it too seriously? He's not doing anything wrong. What do you think? Do you think that it's just ridiculous and stupid? And it sounds like this, some of you out there might know the village better, but like Kevin Duffy says, Skelmorley is so dull you'd think a bit of publicity would be great. Every village needs an idiot, but Skelmerley thinking they're a better village to get a clown. What crime is being committed? And why? Oh my God! Imagine having a clown in St. Michael's on wire. Oh my goodness, God, that would be like. It's a bit of fun. It's a bit of fun, isn't it? It would scare me if I lived in that village. It would definitely scare me. Sometimes I don't think they might do it this year because it's coming up to Halloween. Sometimes in my little village, they have like a zombie night, because it is only a small village. So what they do, all the teenagers and that, they dress up as zombies or whatever and wander around. I mean, I can't even go outside because that does scare me. I know it's ridiculous, but it does. It just really gives me the creeps. So I don't go out when that's going on here. But I wonder if they'll do that this year. They might do. They have recently started doing things for Halloween. As I say, when I first moved here to my village, I did trick and treat with my son, who was only about 6 or 7 at the time, and they didn't know what I was talking about, but times have changed now. They do celebrate Halloween now. Okay, so let me know. Don't forget to let me know if you have a phobia about clowns. I can't remember the name of it again. Coulrophobia. Sounds like fear of colours more than a fear of clowns. Let me know if you have it. As I say, I've got one niece. You may have gathered I've got loads of nieces and nephews. And one of my nieces, who is a grown woman now with children, still terrified of clowns. So, that's how she feels about clowns. I wouldn't say I've got a phobia of them. I wouldn't want to, that to pop up in front of me as I was driving down the road at night or walking down the road at night. It would scare me. But I think it's a bit of fun. And he's made Sky News, he's put that little village on the map. People will be going there, helping the economy. And, why not? So as long as you're not harming anybody, I don't see what's wrong with it. So unlike, as I say, tonight, I will see you tonight, the Serial Killer Sunday. And this guy that I'm going to talk about tonight, he did do bad things dressed as a clown. Okay, so remember to live and love wisely. Look out for clowns on your roads. And as always, until I see you again, may your God always go with you. Thank you so much.